Right, so I have returned once again today to deliver a stream of JoJo Part 5 Golden Wind. We're good to go, we're good to go, we're good to go. So yes, actually have returned to episode 25 of JoJo Part 5 Golden Wind as we episode... Wow. As we episode 24, there we go, said the words correctly in the end, was actually just genuinely really freaking good, I must say. It kind of brought back the horror aesthetic of JoJo Part 5, because Part 5 does in theory kind of have a lot more horror orientated like kind of scenes to it. So I like that the Notorious B.I.G. arc actually brought back the kind of horror aesthetic to it. There we go. I actually can't do words today. So yeah, I actually kind of like it because it's actually very much like how a horror film would actually play out. It's actually quite well done. It actually harkens back to the kind of I guess in a way, the 90s and 80s kind of cinema of horror. Like the idea of isolation, the idea of not being able to escape, and the idea of a parasitic enemy kind of coming after you. Very much a kind of a trend in horror at that point. I think after Alien actually kind of brought that whole entire thing out. So anyways, actually Pump's actually gone live. So gone live for episode 25 of JoJo Part 5 Golden Wind. And with that, I believe we are good to go. As I always say. Are we, though, on that front? Yes. And on this front, I believe... Oh, it's actually really good. I'm actually so glad. It's actually a pinnacle part of the arc as well. It's actually very good as this part. So yes, actually are really good to go. Hello, how's it going? So it's actually putting the full screen show on the road. So in 3, 2, 1, let's actually start this thing absolutely now. John will be like, you can't kill me. I'm the boy. You can't kill me. But yeah, I mean, episode 24 was just generally really freaking kind of cool. Like, it's kind of like the best celebration of what cinema was back then. Like, kind of the isolation that you feel in those kind of films, like an Alien in, The Thing as well. I'm trying to think of isolated horror movies. You get that kind of genre. There's actually quite a lot of them, like Leviathan as well. There's loads of them. I'm trying to remember the big ones, actually. There's so many of them. But yeah, it was generally really freaking cool. And also the Blob as well. Was the Blob really isolating, though? Because it was actually more suburban than, say, Alien, which took place on a kind of like on a ship that actually was in space. You actually had nowhere else to go besides go out and die, or stay in and die, basically. Trying to figure out the most like kind of like the isolating ones. But yeah, it was actually really freaking cool. I've always kind of liked Araki's actual kind of style when it comes to making reference to movies, because it's actually very subtle. Like the whole thing with Part 4 on Yukako's arc that had the whole entirety of it play out like Misery. Oh yeah, I know that, but as I was saying, I don't know whether or not the Blob's actually kind of an isolated kind of horror movie, like say Alien was back in the day. Not so much anymore, to be honest. Oh, the Predator, I guess, in a way as well. Jonas is like, I'm not dead! I'm okay, don't worry! I guess so. I guess a small town's quite isolated. But yeah, the sound design is actually really good in this episode as well, to be honest. I like how they actually do utilize sound design as well to kind of evoke that horror aesthetic as well. It's actually kind of really freaking cool. Oh, it's happening. It's happening, lads. It's happening. Is that the title of the episode? It's actually really freaking cool, to be honest. It actually does really damn well. I also kind of sort of just realised at that point, like, a lot of people actually make comparisons to JoJo and Persona, but that whole entire scene felt the most like a Persona kind of introduction that I've ever actually seen in JoJo, to be honest. It actually generally felt like Persona for a second, and I was like, wait a second. Ugh. She does look great. It's actually really well done. They actually brought the stand to life really freaking down well. I think they did. This actually feels the most kind of like a it's like a horror movie. It's actually so freaking cool. The sound design's perfect, and the actual overall kind of use of lighting as well is absolutely just, it's good. It's like it's a horror movie, perfectly encapsulating that whole entire era. It's good. Also quite terrifying. This is so freaking cool. I'm actually just in awe how well I've actually done this. I love how Crunchyroll just put Spicy Lady instead. Just completely ruins the whole entire moment. Absolutely perfect name change. Spicy Lady. That one's up there of all the rest of them. I don't know which one. I don't know where on the scale of best name changes it actually sits, but it's in the top 10. It's incredible, that name change. Honestly, that scene kind of like felt like the end of Aliens. Like when she just comes down and just kind of just gets angry. It's a whole entire scene just play out in JoJo as well. It's just so freaking cool. I love it when Araki makes references to films. My favorite thing ever. There is a JoJo man himself. There is some later on in part 6 as well that are actually really good as well. And see, it's like the whole entire thing of enemies actually not dead, like in a horror movie. It's freaking cool. I love it so much. They think they've won, and actually the enemy's still alive. It's so freaking cool. I love it. And that shot just then. Buonissimo. I would say the best thing to do after that point is to run. Run as fast as you can, out of the way, and just hope for the best. Ooh! That change, my lads. Also, I'm liking the fact that Trish has become a complete badass as well. Like full-blown Ellen Ripley. Full-blown Ellen Ripley. Honestly speaking, I actually think it's actually my favourite arc in JoJo Part 5, to be honest. I'm actually starting to realise it now. I absolutely adore this arc. It's so freaking good. And that just sealed the deal. They did. They actually went above and beyond it, though. That's the thing. They really went 10 out of 10 on the whole entire arc, and then some as well. We also got some hot Abacchio as well. What more can you ask for in an arc of JoJo? What more can you ask for? And there we have it. Also, the whole sacrificial kind of character in a horror movie as well. There you go. It's all of them. This is so freaking good. Oh my freaking god! I love this show so goddamn much. It is so freaking good. She said it. She said it. That's up there in the best of Arrivederci's the whole entire series. Oh, that pose. There we go. JoJo's really going 10 out of 10 today, and about 11 out of 10 after that point. Oh. That is actually kind of cool, though. I did actually like that. Oh, boys, it's happening. He is angry. He is angry. He's actually 200% angry right now. He's gone above 100% angry. He's at 200% angry. It's happening, boys. It's happening. Well, there we go. That was such a good arc of JoJo. I actually think it's my favourite one in Part 5 now, actually, the more I think about it, having read the whole entirety of Part 5. It's just generally really freaking good. Like, it's actually got every single hallmark of a horror movie, just, like, to the point, and then some at the end as well, with Notorious B.I.G. actually carrying on afterwards as well. I actually thought it was actually really freaking cool. It's a nice little detail to actually add into it, the whole entire thing, how it actually continued after that point. It's like as if it was actually kind of dead, it actually continued, and actually became like this, almost like, I guess in a way, what's a sea monster that's actually kind of, very famous? Christ. Well, it's a very famous one, I know. I'm terrible when it comes to sea monsters, but I'm amazing when it comes to horror movie monsters. What's wrong with me? You know what I mean. Basically a sea monster. Well, yeah, there's a massive one. I know that for a fact. A kraken, that's it. Freaking hell. Could not remember the actual monster's name, but a kraken, yeah. Basically a kraken. It's actually really freaking cool. And also now actually had the whole entire thing of what's going on with the boss as well. What's happening there? He is 100% angry, maybe even 200% angry, maybe even 300% angry. He's gone beyond. He is what they would call beyond angry. He is fuming. He is fuming right now. But yeah, it's a really freaking cool arc. If you take it from aesthetic of the actual kind of horror, it's just so freaking cool. I love it. It's like every single thing just put into one, but it actually kind of feels like a celebration of the whole entire thing. Oh! Next week, my boys! Next week is the episode. It's the episode as well. Oh my god. We are spoiled when it comes to JoJo as well. Oh my god. JoJo Part 5 is really doing it next week as well. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Oh, boys. It's going to be good next week. It's going to be good. It's good every single week. It was even better this week as well. But my god, next week's episode will be like a 15, maybe even 20 out of 10. You know, it's up to probably about a 50 out of 10. I don't even know my own number scales at this point, but god damn, it's going to be good. So yeah, I mean, back on topic. Yeah, it's this episode's kind of got everything that a horror, as I was saying during the actual stream itself, everything a horror actually does in theory kind of have, like the idea of characters being offed, like the major characters you would thought to actually kind of be the kind of ones to take down the actual enemies can be in theory be offed as well. It happens in certain movies as well. I'm trying to remember actually a big one, but it's actually a load of them that it happens in. It's actually a very famous scene in one of the movies I tend to forget the name of, that the guy walks in and literally goes, "I'm the guy to take down all of the guys in here," and then he immediately dies. It's that whole entire trope. But then and taken out, and they actually have then sacrificial character being Butcherati, and actually in the end doesn't really matter. You actually have the funnel girl being Trish as well. It's all the kind of hallmarks of a horror movie. It's actually done so freaking damn well. It's a really nice celebration of the whole entirety of the genre. Actually, that whole period of cinema in a nutshell, because it's quite hard to replicate that whole entire like kind of era nowadays. Because I mean, we've had films that come out that actually did in theory kind of come out in that era. I mean, Predator came out, which was terrible. You had Alien Covenant, which was terrible. You had there's another one in between somewhere, I can't remember the name of it, but they're pretty much all terrible. It's rare when you actually get a kind of a film that comes out from the 80s, transposed into the 21st century, and is actually kind of still good. It happens sometimes, but rarely does it happen. But I mean, yeah, it's one of those things. It's actually kind of a nice celebration. It kind of took everything, actually kind of went, yeah, this is how a horror movie actually is made. It's just so freaking cool. I love it. I just think it's actually amazing. I can talk for hours about how cool this actual arc is, because it actually has every hallmark. But yeah, I mean, other than that, we actually saw Spicy Lady as well, or Spice Girl. How it's actually kind of known. It's actually Spice Girl, but I think Spicy Lady is actually a lot better, to be honest. It's just like 100% more kind of just funny. I don't know why. It's just Spicy Lady. It's just like Crunchyroll knew it. They went and just did that. They're like, yeah. I was like, I can't fault the name change in that way. It's absolutely perfect. But yeah, I mean, I love Trish in this episode. Trish just went above and beyond as well. She's amazing. She literally went full blown Ella Ripley in this episode. I'm just like, yeah, I can just sit here and I can sit here and watch Trish take up the whole entire show. I'll be completely happy with that, because she's amazing. She really is. She's actually so freaking cool. She actually kind of took everything, the actual kind of characters beforehand, they didn't really do, and actually times it by 10. And actually was really kind of well thought out. I just loved it. I thought it was actually quite well done. Right, how they actually explored her character, because it kind of was that advancement, it was that kind of organic advancement you actually kind of do in very see in horror movies. The idea of the character going from quite actually kind of scared to actually kind of taking charge of the situation, she then taking down the enemy in some semblance of a way. In this case, the enemy is actually indestructible, so the enemy's not taken down, but in theory not actually harming the actual kind of protagonists. But she's so freaking cool. I can't get past it. It's just that whole entire Arrivederci line. I was like, yes! So I was like, that's what I need to see. That's what I need to see today. It's just, it's perfect. This whole entire show, sound design, perfect. The animation was absolutely incredible. The actual colour palette change at that very crucial scene was absolutely exquisite. I was like, yes, my boys, you've done it. Their productions really just did this episode justice, and this whole entire arc justice. It just became one of the best arcs for me, possibly in all of JoJo, possibly the best arc, actually the best arc in JoJo Part 5, besides one that's coming up, which is kind of contested a little bit. Actually, I'm still trying to figure out the kind of, I say best, and it's like, wait a second though. But yeah. This whole entire show is just incredible. I love it to bits. I love JoJo. This episode kind of proved it. The whole entire scene when Trish was just kind of going, "Don't worry, fams, I've got this." I was like, "Yes!" I was like, "Please." It's just one of the best whole entire moments of the whole entire series. It was just so freaking cool. And then just going, "Arrivederci" at the end. It's just like, yes! This is what I needed to see. But yeah, I mean, film references aside, episode's freaking... yeah. So film references aside, the episode was actually freaking, say the word correctly, freaking exquisite. It really was. It was 10 out of 10, 11 out of 10, possibly 12 out of 10. Maybe in 13, maybe in 15, I'm not too sure just yet. But yeah, episode 26 will be freaking cool as well. Have to wait and see on that episode. But yeah, that is me done for today. I could actually literally go on for hours about speaking about the references to horror movies because there's so many. Literally, there literally is so many references to horror movies in this episode. Like as I said already, the final girl being Trish as well. It was just really freaking well done. Yeah, I like the arc in the manga. I thought the arc was actually kind of cool, but seeing it in anime and actually kind of seeing how well they actually kind of celebrated everything about it, it actually made me kind of appreciate it a lot more. I do agree. I think the arc's actually a lot better in anime form because it's one of those things that it kind of, as the same beforehand, Lukaku's arc in part 4. The whole entire thing of that being misery, like the Stephen King book, it was just really well done in the anime form because it actually kind of took the whole entire spin on it and actually kind of went above and beyond, actually kind of adapting the art, actually kind of ran along with the references in there. Actually really did in 3 kind of bring out the best in the characters as well. It's actually quite cool, and I love Bruno being like, "Guys, don't worry, I've got this," and then Trish is like, "Nah, I've got this." And I'm like, yes. I love this. I love JoJo to bits. Trish is fantastic. Trish actually came with my favourite characters in JoJo Part 5 as well, possibly Lord JoJo as well. Just in that one episode as well. This whole entire episode made me appreciate so many things about his manga, even more so than beforehand. Oh man, Part 5 is really freaking good. It's actually really underappreciated the more I think about it. So yeah, that's gonna be me for today. So as always, if you have enjoyed this whole entire show as a whole, then do indeed leave a sub on Twitch because indeed it's going to be quite a bit. If you have enjoyed what you hear on YouTube and you do want to leave a like, then do leave a like because indeed it's going to be quite a bit. If you have enjoyed what you hear on YouTube and you do want to stay a bit longer, then do indeed leave a sub because indeed it's going to be quite a bit. If you have enjoyed what you hear on YouTube and you want to stay a bit longer after the whole entire point, then do in theory leave a follow on Twitter because indeed it's going to be quite a bit. Actually, no streams go live, streams I do as well. And also, if you want to stay a bit longer but don't have a Twitter account, I do in free also have a Discord server. Some free time streams go live, and streams I do as well. Until next time, episode 26 of JoJo Part 5. See you guys later. Bye for now.